Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2024 and the first episode of our third season at Newcastle United. And this season is a big season of change. A lot of the old historic players will be leaving the club and we are bringing in the next wave of young talent to develop and take us up to that next level so that we can push towards Champions League victory. Now, players leaving us in the summer, we had Kieran Trippier leave. He actually got out the door before I even realised he was leaving. I must have clicked through the initial bids from Sociedad on his contract, and he did leave the club, which I was a little bit sad to see, but I think ultimately he was getting to the point where he needed to be replaced longer term. Anyway, Dan Burn has gone to Leeds as well, also on a free transfer, and Fabian Schär has gone to Leicester. A decent bit of business, letting him go for £3.8 million. There are more players, which I'll talk about in a minute, that I would like to shift out of the club as well. But in terms of players we've signed, I'm fairly happy with our business. Jeremy Frimpong, our first signing, £17 million signing, worth a lot more than that. To fill in for Kieran Trippier down that right back position. He's got good average ratings and a not that successful Bayer Leverkusen team. The biggest signing is Eli Wahi, who we have picked up from Len. He is just excellent. 17 finishing, 16 dribbling. He is one of the best wonder kids in the game. We've managed to pick him up before he moves to the likes of Man City or somewhere else, but he did not come cheap, which is why nobody else had picked him up before now. But look at that record in Liga. 17 goals, 29 games, 7.33 rating. He performed excellently for them. I've also picked up 3 more Wonder Kids that were all in my Wonder Kid video as well, if you did watch that, showing I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Mikey Moore, the first one from Spurs. I like having young English talents come through. He's cost a lot, 41.5 million. But he's got decent stats, he's going to develop, and he will become a top quality attacking midfield or striker for us. And then the last two, very well known in world football, Warren Zaire-Emery for just £50 million feels like an absolute snip for a player of his quality. Can play in 2 of our positions on the pitch and is just going to do an excellent job for us. Has done well for PSG when he has played, but needs more first team opportunities, and that is something that we can provide. Same for Lamine Yamal, another world-class wonder kid that we have picked up that will be excellent for us. £50 million. Also, didn't really play that much for Barcelona. Did get a few games though, 29 league appearances, 16 league appearances, but needs a bit more end product. And I think that hopefully we will be able to give him that time that he needs on the pitch to really develop. We also signed Anatoly Trubin at the end of last season. He's joined us for £45 million to be our new number 1 goalkeeper, the Ukrainian. Excellent stats, 24 years old. He is first team ready and will be playing a lot for us this year. Then we have elsewhere in the team a few players looking to leave. So Almiron and Anderson both dropped down to the under-21s. Not really going to play for us, and I can't seem to shift them on. So they've been dropped from the first team. Eduardo Bove is also probably going to leave, currently worth 31 million. We signed him for 19. Never really broke through, no goals, no assists in the league. I mean, he did play as a defensive midfielder most of the time, but he hasn't quite developed the way I would have liked for a player with 18 determination, 18 work rate. Maybe I'm letting him go early, I don't know, but I think we need to let someone go with the new size of the squad. Other players that might leave, Minter could drop down into the under-21s as well, just because we've got Lamine Yamal in there and lots of other players like Mikey Moore as well. Callum Wilson is also transfer listed. I think when we've got Wahi, Isak, both top quality world-class strikers, then you throw in the fact Mikey Moore, Lamine Yamal can all play there, Anthony Gordon could go up front. I just don't think there's a role for him in the team anymore. So we'll see if we can sell him. He's had a great time with us, lots of goals, lots of important goals at that, but it might be time to leave. And then the other player that could leave is Joe Willock if we need to trim the squad size. Again, decent player, but never been that consistent for us. Very much a rotation player. He's mostly still in the squad just because he's English. Same for Callum Wilson really at this point. So a few players still to leave the club. I think we'll have to wait and see where we end up. Joe Linton's going nowhere. He'll probably retire at the club. I can't believe he's only 28 as well. He's so young. But yeah, very happy with this squad otherwise. Nice balance of experience and youth. And today we have to take on Tottenham Hotspur in the Community Shield for our first game. Interestingly, this is the same Community Shield matchup as last time. Tottenham won the FA Cup, we won the league. Here we are in the Community Shield once more. For this game, Isak's going to start up top with Ayorzabal and Torres playing on the wings. João Neves, Tonali and Bruno are in the centre. Then you have Theo Hernandez, Botman, Silva, Frimpong and Trubin in goal. We are a stronger team than we were last season. We should be winning this game. Not too many new players in the first 11 either, which should help with some stability. The Spurs team, very few changes, although Jadon Sancho coming in is an interesting one. But we should really be winning this competition and get the trophy to start off the season in the right way that we missed out on last season. But here's João Neves, out wide to Tonali, on to Torres. Isak's in the middle. Torres goes around the outside, and he has just put that one wide off the Spurs post. But a good way to start the game. Romero now, holding off Isak, goes back to Van de Ven. Andre to Kulusevski, ball back to Udogi, trying to attack down the left flank now, but they've lost it. Frimpong doing well there defensively and offensively. He is a real asset to the team now. Here's Bruno through to Tonali. Ball's given away. Jadon Sancho has it. Now Romero. Van de Ven. Again, they'll attack down this left flank. And Ramazani's got in behind Frimpong this time. And that is a speculative effort which goes over the top. But both sides getting chances early in this game. Both those chances in the first 5 minutes. But I'd like to see us start to get a stranglehold on this game, because at the moment it's Spurs with the possession and very few shots being taken by either side. Pedro Porro now throws it into Bentancur. Romero over to Van de Ven. Romero always seems to take a little too long on the ball, but somehow gets away with it. Kulusevski now charging through the middle. Tackle goes in. Well done by Tonali there, and we managed to clean it up with Botman giving the ball away. And now Richarlison to Kulusevski. And he finishes the chance that he initially drove forward with before losing out on the ball. Botman just gifting it back to them. Not really good enough from Sven Botman there. Not the first time he's made a defensive or mental lapse in defence. And now Richarlison's just teed up Kulusevski. And Trubin loses his debut clean sheet thanks to a poor defensive mistake. And we now have a lot of work to do to come back to this. And at the moment, we just don't seem like we've actually turned up for this match. So let's try and demand a bit more. There will be changes at half-time regardless of the scoreline, or just after half-time. Here's Trubin, out to Botman, trying to make up for that mistake. João Neves to Ayorzabal, he's given it away. And it just looks like Spurs are more up for this game than we are. Kulusevski on the attack down the left. Ramzani, back to Udogi. Andre over to Van de Ven. We've won it back now. Ayorzabal on the attack down the left. Now Theo Hernandez. Into João Neves. Ayorzabal, he's in on goal and he scores. Ayorzabal there, linking up well. Him and Theo Hernandez really turned around our season in January last season when they came in and drove us to the title with their ability and experience. And they've linked up well here as well in a little triangle with João Neves as Ayorzabal got in and found that bottom corner to make it 1-1. Interested to see how well they do with a full season of football with the rest of the team. But it's 1-1 now. We are back in this game and we can push forward and see if we can get the win. And they've given the ball away there to João Neves, who holds it up. It's tackled, but it's come to Tonali. Now Ayorzabal's got Theo Hernandez with him, goes himself. And Vicario makes the save, pushing it over the top. Next, Tonali with the corner into the near post, and Isak there has put that one over the bar when he maybe should have been hitting the target. He's going to have to perform even better than last season with Wahi breathing down his neck. But here's João Neves. Now Frimpong's given it away. Kulusevski's an absolute troublemaker, and Bentancur's been played in and scored, but the flag could go up here. Indeed, it has been ruled out for offside there. It did look like that could be offside. And as it stands, 1-1. I'm not particularly happy with how the team have performed. There will be changes coming now as we bring Livramento on and probably Zaire Emery for his debut off the bench. Yorsbel's probably going to need to come off. Isak probably needs to come off as well, actually. Let's do those changes now. Bring on... Oh, who can we... Yeah, maybe Wahi down the left flank and then Wilson up top in what could be his last game for the club. Doyle needs to come on for Teo Hernandez as well. All the changes required at the moment. Bruno struggling a little bit for fitness as well. I'll just make that little change as well, swap them around so Zaire Emery is in defensive midfield. And then we can bring on... Who are we bringing on? Let's bring on Joe Linton, even though he's not fully fit. Shao Neves can maybe come off? No, I think we might... Oh, yeah. Bring him off for Joe Willock. No more substitutions. There we go. That will have to do. All our changes made. 20 minutes left to go. Going to try and encourage the team to up their performance. Most of them have responded well to that. Now Udogie has a throw-in. Comes back to Torres. Livramento to Zaire Emery, who's tackled by Kulusevski. Such an absolute pain. Now Botman. Zaire Emery to João Neves. Zaire Emery. Now João Neves through to Wilson. He's got him behind the defender. And it's saved by Vicario there. Bit of an advert for Wilson. See if he can draw another team to come and sign him. Torres with the corner. And it goes. Vicario easily able to claim that one in the centre. Not a huge amount of time left here. 15 minutes. Pedro Porro with the throw-in. It's come to Sancho, but Trubin able to pick that one up at the near post. Can we get the goal we need? Trubin trying to bring it forward. Plays it out to Botman. No mistakes this time. Finds João Neves. And Kulusevski's won it again. Now Sancho attacking down the right. Plays it in. Oh, Richarlison smacked that straight at Trubin. Still a very good save there. Such close quarters. But he managed to take it into his chest. And as it stands, we are heading towards another Community Shield penalty. I think it's how we lost it last season as well. Emerson Royal to Caceres. Romero. Now Andre, we're in added time as of this second. As Trubin's given the ball away and Ramzani has it. Couldn't get a shot off. Now Brahim. Oh, and a mistake in defence now. Antonio Silva had it. But Richarlison was able to just take it off him and put it in the back of the net. And we have just a few minutes left now. I don't know why Trubin headed the ball to Ramzani there. He had so much more time. Brahim Diaz put it in. Antonio won it, but Richarlison with better anticipation just hit it first time in the back of the net past Trubin. And we are nearly out of this competition. Or going to lose this competition to Spurs for the second year in a row. Trying to play it forward there. It's come to Ramzani. Now Torres goes for the tackle. Doesn't work. Spurs playing it around the defence with just a few minutes of added time left as Kulusevski plays it to Caceres. Kulusevski, absolute man of the match performance today. He's the reason that they're winning this game. He's been world class. Livramento has managed to intercept it though and is now attacking down the right. He's got Torres there. It's come back towards Livramento, but they've won it again. Now Kulusevski over the top for Richarlison in behind. And he has put that one wide. I think that could have been an offside, but they've given a goal kick instead. Can we find a late equaliser to push this to penalties? Kulusevski's on the attack, but he's lost out to Doyle. Antonio out wide to Zaire Emery, filling at left back for Doyle. Round the corner for Wahi. Into Wilson. Oh, I think that's hit the post and gone out. Or it's just gone out. I don't know which one it was, but that was a chance. Very nearly got through, but instead Spurs have won the Community Shield. For the second year in a row, we've failed to take that. It's just not the right way to start a season. And now we've got it all to do in our first game of the season against Chelsea. If we have a look at these fixtures, just like last year, a really tough start to the season. Chelsea away, Leeds at home, United at home. I think what we'll do is play Chelsea and United in this episode to get the season started. And then we should have a nice and easy run until about the Arsenal fixture or the City-Liverpool fixtures. So let's go ahead and face Chelsea up next. A few changes for this game away from home against Chelsea. Scalvini has come into central defence after the error from Botman in the last game. He's also out injured for a couple of weeks. Gertrudia out for about a week as well before they're back to full strength. Central midfield, Tonali, Joe Linton and Bruno all still holding that original trio that we had when we started as manager here. Anthony Gordon's come in down the right flank, Oyarzabal down the left flank. Isak still continues up top, although Wahi may well get a run out in the next game if things don't turn around for Isak in this match. I know it's a couple of tough games that we're talking about. Lamine Yamal on the bench for potentially his debut as well. The other thing that has happened is that Bove has gone on loan to Southampton. Romelu Lukaku back in the Chelsea side. It's a very strong team that now, a couple of years into the game, but we should still be the better side and be winning this game. But Bove has gone to Southampton, £11 million loan, and then potentially an optional another 12 million to make it permanent. And with all the other fees, it works out at about break even for us on where we signed him a couple of years ago. So hopefully we'll break even on that if they exercise their optional future fee. Here's Scalvini to Joe Linton. Bit of room down the left as Oyarzabal got Theo Hernandez with an acre of space around him. Finally closed down and Chalobah somehow got the ball off him. Lavia now to Chalobah. Now James forward to Jackson. Lukaku pushing down the right flank. Puts it across. Sterling is there. Brings it down. Frimpong wins it. Now Gordon can break. Plays it on to Tonali. Out wide to Oyarzabal. Big touch but he keeps the ball. Players in the middle. It's come to Gordon. And he's put that wide. Oh, there was an offside in there, I think. I mean, he's put the ball wide. It had to be going in anyway. But it's offside. But a first real opportunity for us this season in the Premier League. Not taken advantage of. A few other games going on today. Arsenal drawing. City winning. If we could beat Chelsea today, it really would set us up well. Maybe give us a slightly easier title defence than we had last season, where we really shot ourselves in the foot quite a bit. Chilwell now back to Badiashile. Chilwell trying to play it over, but Theo Hernandez has won it. He's charging down the left flank. Players in the middle to aim at. Puts it in, and Isak has the easiest goal ever as the ball just falls to him a yard out with nobody in front of him. And he makes it 1-0. Theo Hernandez made that goal with a really excellent interception. Powerful drive forward with two Chelsea defenders around him. And then a ball into the corridor of uncertainty. Came off a Chelsea defender to Isak, who then just poked it home just before half-time to make it 1-0 in a really important game. Hopefully, if we win this as well, it knocks Chelsea's confidence and they'll have an iffy start to the season and be in for another mid-table scrap. Bruno giving the ball away there. Joe Linton cleans up. Scalvini over to Antonio Silva. Now Frimpong down the line to Gordon. Right side's closed off. Come across the middle. Joe Linton through to Isak. He's broken the line, Isak. And he has scored. And maybe Wahi coming in has woken him up and made him realise that he's got to find the back of the net a little bit more often this season if he's going to stay our leading striker. Joe Linton there did so well. Just named him the vice-captain, Joe Linton. And that is how he rewards us there by playing in Isak to dink past Sanchez in goal. And one goal either side of half-time, 45th minute and 46th minute for Isak, has completely given us the advantage here. I might take Joe Linton off just because he's on a yellow card. Bring on Zaire Emery. Oyarzabal now with a free kick. He's gone for a short one to Scalvini. Now Oyarzabal a bit more central. Finds Scalvini again. It's come to Joe Linton. And that'll be his last act of the game there. Nearly getting a goal, but just putting it a bit high and wide. Chelsea really struggling in this match. 1 shot on target, 2 shots in total. Despite all of their possession, they're achieving very, very little. Now Oyarzabal can come off and we'll give Lamine Yamal a little run around. João Neves can also come on as well. As Chelsea have a little attack. Foul there from Oyarzabal, doesn't really matter. Leads to the substitution for us. Keep those legs nice and fresh. Go to a slightly more defensive shape for the little end of this game. Just see if there's anyone else we want to bring on. I think we're okay for now. Lamine Yamal with the corner. In it goes. Sanchez takes it. Not long left here for Chelsea. They need to score now if they're going to get anything out of this game. Reece James on the attack finds Sterling. Now to Ram. Puts it in. Oh, confusion in defence. And Nicholas Jackson there. I don't know why Trubin ran off his line. He's made mistakes in both games this season now, Trubin, which isn't a great start. Thuram there, just a speculative ball in, but it was beautiful. And between the defender and the goalkeeper, somebody had to figure that one out. But they got caught in no man's land, and Jackson, smart enough to plant that header over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. And maybe we do need to make our last change now. Facundo Torres potentially, and Tonali. Don't really have anybody for Tonali. Maybe Frimpong. Just make the fresh changes down the right flank to see out the rest of this game. Just a minute left from a very important win this season. And there it is. 2-1 against Chelsea. A really good result to get our season started away from home at Stamford Bridge against a big team. And we are up to 8th with Man City getting a big 5-2 win today. A statement win from them. Arsenal 4-1 as well. So very interesting start to the season already. Liverpool and Man United still to play. But at least we've started off the right way this season compared to last season. Well, we had an absolute horror show against Leeds. Theo Hernandez sent off after 15 minutes. Leeds then managed to get 2-0 up with 2 shots on target. We had 19 shots, 9 on target. And our only goal was when Isak scored in the 92nd minute. There was only 3 minutes of added time in that game, and we very nearly got the equaliser 1 minute later when Torres volleyed the ball over the bar. But unfortunately, we did suffer a 2-1 defeat, which means that now against Manchester United at home, we need a much better performance. It's not helped by Hernandez's suspension or the fact that Scalvini is now injured for a couple of weeks, but we do have Botman and Gertrudia coming back from injury, so hopefully they'll be fit enough to get through this game. The rest of the team, fairly standard, no real changes from how we've played in the last 2 games, but I'm just hoping we can get a better match. Trubin didn't make a mistake against Leeds, but also conceded both of the shots that were on target, so hopefully he can turn a corner and really start to pull out man of the match performances for us in this game, where I expect there will be quite a few efforts on our goal. Just really disappointing. You take that big step forward against Chelsea with an away win, and then you lose at home to Leeds, which is really frustrating. It is more valuable to get the win over teams like Chelsea, because they're much more likely to be challenging us for the title, and it's a loss of 3 points for them as well. Really is a bit of a 6-pointer when you're playing those games, but you have to be beating teams like Leeds. As Yorswell gets in behind, and he's done that a few times already this season. He gets in behind, but then doesn't quite get the effort on target when he really should be hitting the target there and really be hitting the back of the net as well. But unfortunately, this time it doesn't work out. Not too many changes from the United squad that starts this game. Pepe on the right, Schlager in the centre, but otherwise, same terrible United team that they've had for a long time. So hopefully we can get the better of them here. We are completely in control of this game at the moment, but as against Leeds, we're not finishing our chances. Now here's Tonali. Sends it back to Antonio Silva. Now Frimpong into Tonali. Joe Linton to Yorzabal. And this time he does hit the target, but he really should have scored then. Maybe could have pulled the trigger a little bit earlier as Tonali looks to take this corner. Joe Linton is in there but can't win the header, and it comes out to Gordon. Nearly half time here. We should have scored by now, but we haven't. So I am not happy with how it's going. Maybe in the second half we can come out and do something more. They've made a change, bringing Kiwior in for Schlager to try and improve their control of the match, because they've had absolutely nothing, United. 2 shots, none on target. They have had slightly better possession, but it is all Newcastle at the moment. But can we capitalise? United having a couple of efforts now. We're still building chances, but not building the goals that we need to win this game. 20 minutes to go. Oh, and this is frustrating. If we get blocked out by United here, it will be very irritating. I'm going to take a Yorzabal off. Not been impressed by him at all. Take Tonali off for João Neves and see if these changes can improve our situation a little bit. They want to bring Joe Linton on. Yeah, I guess so. 5 minutes left to go. And it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen for us. Last few minutes of this game, nothing coming, boring game, no chances, and that is not good enough. 4 points from those first 3 games is maybe what I would have expected. Well, I would have expected better. I'd have expected 6 to 9 points, but 4 points is sort of the bottom end that you would expect from those opening fixtures, and it's not the start to the season that we wanted, failing to win our first 2 home games of the season. But up next, we have got a decent run of fixtures, and in the Champions League as well, we have Porto, Galatasaray, Young Boys, Inter, Leipzig, Ludogorets, and then we finish with Bayer Leverkusen and Barcelona. We should be getting out of that in the top 8, really. Those are quite friendly fixtures. But next episode, I think it might be a little way, we're already on deadline day. I'm not planning to sign anybody else. There might be a few players leave, but we could be heading all the way to these fixtures here, which look quite juicy. Maybe City, Leipzig and Liverpool could be an interesting run of fixtures for the next episode. But if you enjoyed the transfer business, do drop a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. But until next time, see ya.